Well, hello there, motherfuckers, and welcome to your WrestleMania 34 review. You might be asking yourselves, why wasn't this review posted yesterday, Brad? You know, usually your reviews are a day after the show, Brad. Where was the review, Brad? Didn't see the review, Brad. Was looking all over the place, didn't get a notification for the review, Brad. Well, I'll tell you why, because the show was so fucking long. That's why. I mean, you know, it took me, Sunday I got home from work, and I forewent The Walking Dead. I was like, you know what? Not going to watch The Walking Dead. So I started watching it live. I picked up the show with the Alexa Bliss, Nia Jax match. Watched to the end. Then I started replaying it from the beginning. Then I got up to the Rousey Angle match, Rousey Angle match. But when I came home last night, I watched The Walking Dead first because I was like, fuck, you know what? I've got the night ahead of me. I've got today off. So I'm going to watch my Walking Dead, and then I'm going to, finish watching the rest of WrestleMania. The fact that I'm watching WrestleMania already for hours, and it's still not done yet, and I have to watch it in 2 parts. Why is watching wrestling, why is watching an event as exciting and big as WrestleMania such a fucking chore? So we got a long... review ahead of us. We'll recap the pre-show. I didn't watch it, but Cedric Alexander won the Cruiserweight title. The Earth stopped spinning on its axis for like a couple of seconds there because, I don't know, Matt Hardy won the Battle Royal, which was, that was good to see, but no one saw it because it was on the fucking pre-show. Bray Wyatt helped them. Bray Wyatt was still the same character for whatever reason. And Naomi won the Women's Battle Royal. So, so I was wrong. I was right about the Andre one, but I was wrong about the women's one. And I was right about Cedric Alexander. But give me a medal for predicting fake wrestling matches, I guess. So we started off with Seth Rollins winning the Intercontinental Championship in a triple threat match. So, right off the bat, people asked themselves, how's Brad going to respond to Mania? Was it good? Was it bad? Was it sad? Was it glad? Was it jad? Was it mad? So I'd love to, people think that I just come on here to bitch. Oh, Brad, you're still watching the product, yet you hate it so much, and everything, and I watch wrestling in an expedited form when it comes to Raw, skipping around and shit, but not WrestleMania. I did not fast forward at any moment during Mania. I watched the whole fucking show, guys. Whole fucking show. So, if I could say something good about it, I would want to. The opening match, how was it wrestling-wise? I guess it was okay. I guess you could say it was okay for an opener. Seth Rollins is the IC champ. He's a multi-time world champ. But why not give him the IC belt? Because we want to give him the title of a Grand Slam winner. Who's not a Grand Slam winner? Who hasn't won every single fucking belt already? Everybody in this match has already been a world champion, just to go to show, how many people have won the belt. So, obviously the subject matter, if you were looking on my Facebook, was Finn Balor. Now, you guys know that I give this guy a tough time in my Raw reviews. And numerous rants and whatever. I don't like him. I call him a fuckboy. I call him a blueberry fuckboy. I make fun of his blue leather jacket. He looks like a goddamn blueberry. And, he's annoying. He's a beta male. His accent and everything. He doesn't look tough. I said that He's got great vascularity. The guy looks like he's been working on his gains, over the past couple of months. But I said, Balor is never going to be a big star in my eyes. They pushed this guy for whatever reason. Triple H is in love with him. He maybe eats Skittles off his abs. I don't fucking know. I guess maybe he pours whey protein between, the definition on his abs and he slurps it up with his tongue. Or maybe snorts it with that big schnozzle of his. I don't know, guys. But, I usually talk about, how do I word this? I usually talk about, the color of his jacket. Did you guys see the entrance? Did you see the tights? And this is only the fucking first match! And I've already got a whole fucking, pallet of material here. A fucking cruise ship of material here for Finn Balor. The Rainbow Warrior. Now, I understand that this is supposed to be a good cause and he's representing like a group, and everybody to be all-inclusive and this is supposed to be a great message and all that. And if that's all they're trying to put over and everything, that's fine. But, it's just that he's a wrestler. And wrestling has a certain connotation towards it. And wrestling already has this reputation for being gay, right? How many times in school as a wrestling fan did people say, oh, do you watch that? Oh, because it's gay, right? And people would make fun of you and stuff. So why would you put that group with him to come out? I mean, it's just, all it's going to do is make a lot of jokes more, make the product more susceptible to these jokes, basically. And I don't get why they would put Balor in that position. I almost feel bad for the guy. And I just watched Raw, and I see that wasn't just a WrestleMania exclusive. This guy is fully repping the rainbow attire. And I don't know, Jeff Hardy on Raw was also wearing rainbow sleeves, but I mean, that guy is always multicolored, so I guess we could give him a pass. But Balor, there's no getting out of this one. I'm just saying, not that there's anything wrong with that, to quote Seinfeld, but they should probably be careful doing this, because it has the possibility of really getting trolled hard, and you're making Balor in a position where the guy can get made fun of. I mean, I already do that, but I mean, come on. I'm trying to choose my words carefully here. I'm not trying to be overly offensive for a fucking wrestling review. I'm just saying you might want to just, like I just already said, be a little bit careful when you do these things, because people have already been saying shit about wrestling and the fact that, grown men are grabbing each other in underwear. It's already got connotations stirring around it. So, this is probably not the wisest thing. This didn't get, quality checked, obviously. This didn't get, nobody really closely examined what this could possibly mean. So you've got Balor, and he's the representative for the LBGT community. And, I'm just saying it's just going to open a lot of doors that don't need to be opened. Especially when there's already things about him, that could seem a bit homoerotic. And if that's what they're going for, I mean, they already did it with Orlando Jordan and stuff in TNA and everything, but that was a gimmick. Here it's like he's just a representative, and it's not really a part of him, so we're kind of stuck in some weird flux where it's like, this is not his gimmick, but, you know, there's things about him that kind of make sense. Alright, so, you know, Seth wins the title. You know, I don't really see why everyone here is for the IC belt. Like, why are they all wrestling for the IC belt when they're all world champions already? So, it's time to elevate these guys to the world title spot, or just fucking stop already. Because it's enough already with the secondary titles and everything. These belts mean nothing. They're supposed to be for up-and-comers. I've ranted on this extensively. You never saw Stone Cold going back and winning the IC belt after the world title. Anyway, Charlotte defeated Asuka. This was a pretty good match, I have to say. I was a bit surprised. I didn't expect Charlotte to win here. I thought that they, you know, because people are obsessed with Asuka's streak. People are upset with this, which makes me happy, because nothing, you know, gives me more happiness than seeing the Smarks upset, because they just go so overboard and exaggerate how terrible everything is when something doesn't go their way. So, you know, but it was a good match. They went about it pretty well. You know, somewhere along the way, Charlotte forgot to, like, you know, they were going to work the arm, and then all of a sudden they just kind of forgot about working the arm. And that just went out the window. But whatever, it was a decent match. Jinder Mahal won the Fatal 4-Way against Orton, Bobby Roode, and Rusev. And you guys know that I love Jinder, and I'm happy to see him win. The thing is, they should have never taken the world title off of him. You know, whatever the case may be, they listened to the Smarks. There was some shit backstage, whatever the case may be. This guy looks legitimate. Him there with the U.S. title also looked legit. But, you know, once again, how does it look? He was a world champion mere months ago, and now here he is winning a secondary title. I mean, it just looks foolish. It looks like you're taking a step back. You know, like I said, this is the same thing they're doing with Seth Rollins or Finn Balor, or what they did with The Miz. It's like, yeah, we all remember that he was a world champion. It just happened a few months ago. And now you're basically saying, oh, now he's not good enough to really be like a main eventer, but he's good enough to be a mid-card champion. This match was short. It was okay. I don't really see why Orton needed to win this U.S. belt if he was just going to drop it on the very next pay-per-view. I guess it was, you know, a means of making the victory mean more, or the match mean more, by Orton being the champion. Because, guys, Bobby Roode is boring the fucking shit out of me. I've already praised this guy. I said he was great in TNA. This guy really came into his own. I thought he was plain and generic in TNA. And then he kind of, like I said, he came into his own. Developed charisma, developed mic skills, developed a real character for himself. And now they look like they're going back the other way. Because as far as I'm concerned, this is Team Canada Bobby Roode. This is boring, generic, vanilla Bobby Roode. This is not the Bobby Roode that we saw in Beer Money. This is not the Bobby Roode that we saw as world champion in TNA. This is a very, very watered down, backwards ass version of Bobby Roode. So they need to fix this, because the fucking theme song is not enough. And I know it's enough for a lot of people out there in the YWC, because they just love the theme song, and they love this, you know, somehow he cleverly puts Glorious into a promo, and it's not even that genius, because he just basically says it. So I don't know why do you guys put shit over when it's so unimpressive and so poorly thought out? Put shit over when it's actually good. You know, but you have such low standards. You see something that's just slightly entertaining to you, and then this is what I'm saying. This is why people say, about people in the YWC, about going after the Smarks and everything like that. And, the Smarks are the real wrestling fans. They're the hardcore. They really like the product a lot. But the thing is, it's just, they over-exaggerate everything to the point where they influence the WWE. And like I said, that's the WWE's fault for listening to these goofballs. Ronda Rousey and Kurt Angle defeated Triple H and Stephanie. This was the best match on the card for me. This one surprised me at the quality. I loved seeing Angle in there with Triple H, and Rousey did a very good job in here. I have to say, she entertained me. Rousey had her game face on. She put the smiling shit. She came to the ring smiling and everything, and I still don't like that. I think that it's so lame, her cheesing it up and slapping the hands of motherfuckers in the audience. But, man, this was good. She put Stephanie in the armbar. I have to say, though, I'm surprised I'm even saying this, but when Rousey had Triple H in the armbar, I thought he was going to tap out. And a lot of things ran through my head, oh, he's going to tap out to a woman and everything. But then I was like, yeah, but she's like a former UFC fighter, and he's just a wrestler. So I was like, hey, if they want to go full force and make like Rousey is the baddest woman on the planet, and they really want to get her ass over and like as unstoppable and really make up for like her being put through the table like a chump and all this shit, and getting slapped in the face and just doing a stupid stare. I was like, you could erase all that shit by having her tap out trips. Because I think that would have been fucking awesome. And I know a lot of people are going to complain about that. Oh, you talk so much shit about Rousey. The thing is, guys, I don't want to dislike Rousey. I don't like Rousey as a person. But I want to see everybody do well. If I'm going to review this shit on my channel, I want to legitimately enjoy the show. So, in order for me to enjoy the show better, I'd like to actually like Ronda Rousey as much as I can. And I was liking her in this match. I am giving credit where credit's due, as I always do when it is necessary and when it is due. When it is in fact due, you guys know that I always put it over. When it's due, basically. When they're due that credit, I give them their just dues. And Rousey, I'm giving her just dues. This was great. I loved it. It was my favorite match on the card. The Bludgeon Brothers defeated the Usos and New Day. What was up with that pancake entrance? I mean, and you know what's funny with the Usos? They wanted to do that retarded cartoon stuff with the slamming of the cell door gate. Here was their chance to do something cool with the graphics. And what was up with... Let's go back to the pancakes, because I didn't even mention with the Oscar thing. They did these digital masks and everything. Instead of doing something like artistically by hand, like making a bunch of masks at the entranceway or something, or having a bunch of people stand there, maybe like Japanese dancers with masks or something like that. I don't fucking know. They just do a fucking CGI hologram projection thing with the masks for Asuka, digital pancakes, and then they have a bunch of midgets dressed up as pancakes, and I'm just like, no, I don't know, guys. What is the thing with the pancakes? Because I saw on the coming attractions for Ride Along on the WWE Network with the wrestlers, driving on the road to the shows. They showed that, Big E had a fucking grill with him. Is it like something like that? Is Big E obsessed with pancakes or something like that? And, because the thing is, it's just one day, they just showed up and started fucking talking about fucking pancakes. And no explanation was given. It's just like they just started handing out pancakes to the crowd one day. And we're all everyone's just left there scratching their head. I don't know if this was talked about on some WWE.com exclusive or something like that, or what the case may be. But they need to understand that if that is the case, not everybody watches every single fucking lame-ass show on the network, because a lot of these shows are very fucking lame. And nobody cares about most of these wrestlers outside the ring because we don't care about them inside the ring. Why would we care about them outside the ring when we don't care about them inside the ring? On the show, why would we care? If we don't care about them in the kayfabe, why would we care about them in shoot reality? I mean, who the fuck cares? Who cares if Big E eats a fucking pancake? He take the fucking pancake and shove it up his fucking ass. I don't fucking care about no fucking pancakes. But the Bludgeon Brothers won, which I was happy to see. Cena was sitting in the crowd for the majority of the show. The referee tells him something. He goes running up the entranceway a few matches back. Comes out. He's ready for his match against The Undertaker, but the referee comes out and tells him the Taker's not here probably. And then Elias comes out. And here, this was like Elias's big moment, but Cena just beats him up. He did a little short song. Then The Undertaker, they showed his robe in the ring. Lightning hit the robe and the hat. Then The Undertaker came out, but his dark side Undertaker. I'm not complaining. Taker is Taker, and I'll take Taker if I could take him. But, we were all expecting American Badass Biker Undertaker. I mean, you had all the tools there. The robe's in the ring. He left the robe, he left the hat, so now it's time to get out the vest and the bandana and the sunglasses. Take the bike out to the ring. Triple H has got a motorcycle, but Undertaker don't have a motorcycle. Alright, whatever. So, anyway. Kid Rock is in your Hall of Fame now, which is perfect for bringing out The Undertaker to his old American Badass theme when he debuted the gimmick. But no. I mean, I don't understand when everybody's clamoring for it. They're all about giving the people what they want. Is it because What Culture said they don't care for the biker gimmick? Because all the What Culture smarks don't care for the biker gimmick? Whatever the case may be, Taker came out, he squashed Cena. I thought that was great. Taker also looked really good. He looked in the best shape of his life. The announcers even said so. So I was happy to see Taker in such great shape, and he looked good in the ring. Hit all his signature spots. And, floored Cena with the tombstone, and it was great. And, once again, Cena doesn't put anybody over, but once again, I mean, guys, do you guys realize how many times in the past couple of years that Cena's put somebody over? I mean, and it's still, he's put AJ over, he's put Roman Reigns over, he's put, fucking Bray Wyatt over in the Elimination Chamber. He's the guy who got fucking pinned. Put Braun Strowman over. Also got pinned in the Elimination Chamber. Cena has gotten pinned quite a bit in the past couple of years. Shinsuke Shitcake Nakamurphy. Put him over as well. Who hasn't Cena put over? But yet, he's selfish, he's egotistical, whatever the case may be. The Hall of Famers came out. And the thing is, what I always hate about this is they never get a great reaction. Goldberg had his own individual entrance with his music and pyro, which I was happy to see. I really wish that they would have booked something for Goldberg, some type of segment here. He could have got involved. Even have maybe a little something. If you were just going to give Elias a moment, they could have somehow worked out. This is the other thing. There was no skits on this show. You know, remember when they used to at least do something goofy backstage? Even if they did the fucking karaoke thing with Zack Ryder singing Friday or something, they always had something backstage going on or in the ring, something funny, something entertaining, and they didn't have that this year. I forget if they had it last year, but they usually do, like, have something when it was The Rock or something in the ring, something backstage, but there was nothing funny, nothing entertaining. I don't know if because of the pancake thing, they thought that was enough. But, you know, you have, like, Jeff Jarrett there, who hasn't been there in years, and he barely gets a response. And, you know, the thing is, it's like, I like Jeff Jarrett so much more when they cut his hair, and he was with Deborah and everything, and Miss Kitty. And I saw, like, the Hall of Fame ceremony. They're pushing his country singer gimmick that was never even that much over with anybody. And then they broke away from that, and that's when Jarrett started getting over as a heel. And, you know, I don't know. It's just, I felt that they could have did so much more. Like, you have Jeff Jarrett now. Why is he not being booked to do something special at Mania? Do a skit or something like that. I mean, like, you have Mark Henry here. You have Ivory. You know, like, do something here with some of them. Have Ivory on commentary with something with the Asuka Charlotte match. It's such a big match, you can't even spare some time to have her do something special for it. I'm just saying, use these Hall of Famers. You have all these wrestlers that are over from the past year, and all you do each year is parade them out on stage. And it's like, okay, you want the crowd to pop for them, but they never pop. They never get the big pop. Only Goldberg did, because that guy's a massive legend. But all these other people, it's like, you know, they just come out to a very dry response. And it wasn't me, or was this the smallest class Hall of Fame they ever had? It's like they ran out of people to put in the Hall of Fame. Because there was like, what was it, like 5 people? The Dudley Boys were there, like no reaction for them, because they buried them the last time we saw them. Shane McMahon and Daniel Bryan defeated Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. This was another... this was great to see Bryan back. I mean, I was so happy to see him back in the ring here. And he looked like $1,000,000. I mean, he hasn't missed a step. The guy has fire that none of the other indie darlings have. And like I said, I noticed with the Smarks, they don't like Daniel Bryan as much as the other guys for whatever weird reason. Like here's like the best that there is for the indie guys. You don't have anybody that has this level of charisma. They don't have this level of likability. And for some reason, people just like badmouth Bryan. I guess because it takes the shine off of Zayn and Owens, they had to lose here. You know, but it was a good match. It was, like I said, mostly because of Bryan being back. I'm really tiring of seeing Owens and Zayn already. You know, send them back to NXT, whatever the case may be. I'm sick of seeing these two motherfuckers. I'm fucking sick and tired of it already. These guys, they're not over. They're not good. You know what I'm saying? They have no fucking place in the main event slot. Like I said, Owen shows to me that he has charisma, he has mic skills, but it's not enough. The guy looks like shit. You know, it's just, there's nothing there with Owens, really. I'm saying he's got some mic skills, but for fuck's sakes, it's like, he's bringing nothing to the table. He's not putting any asses in seats. All he's doing is satisfying the Smarts. They like to know that Owens is there because they like Owens. Nia Jax defeated Alexa Bliss. This match should have been a lot shorter. You know, the fact that you have like Alexa Bliss like standing on top of Jax's neck. Like, the girl is like 120 pounds or some shit. And she's standing on top of a 300-pound girl, and it's supposedly she's in pain. And then Nia Jax is like crying during the victory. I mean, like, she represents bullying and everything, and I get that, but she should be a fucking monster. It should be like, okay, you can turn it still and make it positive. She was bullied her whole life. Now she's gonna fucking kick everybody's ass because fuck those fucking motherfuckers that bullied her in the past. But instead, oh, boo! Oh, looks like she hasn't really got past the bullying all that much. And I guess maybe that's the narrative, oh, you'll never really completely live down the bullying. Why don't you tell the message to kids that, you know what, if somebody bullies you, fucking kick their fucking ass? How about that shit? End it as quickly as possible. I'm just saying they could have handled it a lot better. And I like Bliss. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to see her get buried, but it's Jax. I get it. She finally won the title. I'm happy for Nia. You guys know I like Nia, but I'm just saying it's like portions of this match were completely unbelievable. Like, realistically, when would Bliss really, a girl the size of Alexa Bliss, be able to get Nia Jax on the floor? What fucking moves could she really hit? Even the fucking twisted Bliss from the top. Guys, she might not even be 120 pounds. She's 5 foot. I mean, honestly, like, really. I understand it's professional wrestling, but come on. AJ Styles defeated Nakamura. This match, let's just basically say it sucked. I mean, it wasn't a bad match, but I mean, it sucked because you guys put this shit over like it was going to be a 5-star classic. This is going to be so great. We're finally getting the match we wanted. First of all, Nakamura didn't even win. Neither Royal Rumble winner won. They go through this whole Japanese invasion thing. Japanese are taking over. Both of them don't win their matches. You know, it was a plain match. They hit their spots, and that was it. At the end, Nakamura gets on his knees and hands the belt to AJ, and then he low blows him, and then, you know, he kicks him, knocks him out of the ring, and you know, the thing that pisses me off about Nakamura is just the lame shit that he does, even after the heel turn. He does those stupid, retarded kicks. Like, you're getting yourself over as a heel, and you're still doing the same stupid-ass bullshit. The reason why I hate this guy. He's just a goofy fucking maloofy. He's, you know, now, I like that they're doing this. You know, once again, you know, the evil Japanese guy, it may seem a little bit dated and everything, but, you know what I'm saying? Obviously, you know, this is interesting, at least. It's something. You know, they're going against the grain, Nakamura turning heel. And that entrance, though, I have to say, though, out of all the entrances, Nakamura had the best one. Guys, you know, I'm knocking the match, I'm knocking Nakamura, but the entrance was great. Alice Cooper's guitarist starts shredding. You have a bunch of violinists. It was a great rendition of the theme. And Nakamura coming out to that, he looked like $1,000,000 fucking bucks. So I will say that. That is when the pageantry, you know, I just wish they could do more with the production on the main shows. You know what I'm saying? If he had those violinists every show. Now, I know that would take away from it being special, but like I said, a guy like Nakamura, he needs all the help that he could get. So the match was boring to me. Very drab and plain. You know, a heel turn at the end made things a bit more exciting, a bit more interesting. Then we had the tag match who's Braun Strowman's partner going to be? And I posted about this on Facebook. So I said for weeks and weeks, it's probably going to be Elias, but, you know, the Elias thing didn't seem as likely because they showed him earlier in the night getting beat up by Cena, so I guess Elias already had his moment. But if it ain't going to be Elias, you had Rey Mysterio. It could have been interesting. Small guy like Rey Mysterio, super popular. Would have blew the roof off the fucking joint. I mean, come on. The Superdome would have went fucking crazy for a Rey Mysterio, wouldn't they? A guy would come out, he got a massive response at the Rumble, people wouldn't expect to see him again so soon, he'd come out and would have been great. The Big Show. Not that big of a response, but, you know, after Braun and Big Show battled it out and Braun destroyed him all those times, maybe Big Show develops a newfound respect for him and they become tag partners. Or Hulk motherfucking Hogan. Hogan's not going to be there. He's going to be watching it on the network. All of a sudden, fucking Hulk Hogan comes out. You know, oh, you're too old to wrestle, Brad. How about this? Braun Strowman does all the work, tags him in, big boot, leg drop. It's done, 2 moves, and Hogan is over. Could have did this, could have did that, could have did a little bit of this, and that would have been it. Tag champs, everyone goes happy. Thank you, have a good night. But no. That would have been that would have been too good for WWE. That would have been out of character for WWE as of late from a contemporary standpoint. Because we all know with WWE, don't get your hopes up. Don't expect anything to be good for them. That we got to do things as shitty and nonsensical as possible. So with that in mind, you know, fuck everybody, fuck crowd response, you know, fuck getting extra media attention, the hell with you sending the crowd home happy, fuck having a great Mania moment that we can talk about for years. Braun Strowman says he's going to pick somebody out from the crowd. So I was like, I knew that something unappealing was about to happen. Obviously, he just said that something was going to happen. You know, it's not nobody from the back. So I was like, okay, so maybe it's an indie guy they want to get over. Maybe an NXT guy that, you know, he's going to surprise us by sitting in the crowd. Maybe a wrestler, you know, that we all forgot about, that we all love is maybe in the crowd. And, you know, it could have been interesting. You know what I'm saying? Could you imagine that, like, with Bobby Lashley, like, if he was sitting in the crowd or something like that, and he just, like, says, hey, how about you? And then we look at him, and it's Lashley. But, no. Keeps walking. Then he picks somebody. Who is it? Is it a man? No. Is it a woman? No. Is it a... It's not a man. Maybe it's a teenager, right? Maybe somebody 16 or 17. He picks... I believe he was 8 years old. This kid called Nicholas. And brings him to the ring. And it is my understanding from Big Vito LaGrasso said that in New Orleans, that is where the whole commission is. Where, you know, they have the state athletic commission, where they state that, you know, you gotta be like 16 years old to get into a ring and everything. So, they break the law. They break the law by bringing this kid into a match. Now, I know he didn't do anything in it. But I mean, like, are they out of their mind? You have a locker room full of wrestlers that worked their fucking ass off since last WrestleMania. You've got Elias that you had him go out there night after night singing songs, matches, and all this. You made him look like a goofball with Braun Strowman. had him get his ass beat, all this shit like that. You've had all these guys doing all this stuff year after year, terribly booking them, making them look like fucking assholes, making them look like second raters and all this shit like that, and maybe you can reward somebody by giving them a Mania moment, right? No. Give it to some random kid in the audience. And he's not even like a Make-A-Wish kid. He's not any special kid. He was just some kid that they fucking picked. And then we see on Raw that, they won the titles, obviously. You don't even have to say that. You knew that was going to happen. On Raw, they just relinquished the tag belts. So you need to ask yourselves, why the fuck did they do that? What was the point of doing any of this? Having this whole storyline, picking the kid at... Well, what was the point? What were they expecting? Some big, media reception? Oh, WWE is so great. They're so wonderful. What a magical moment, just choosing some random fucking kid out of the fucking crowd and giving him the tag belt. I am so sick of this fucking company trying to pander, do whatever they fucking can to just, get a little something out of everybody. Like I'm saying, it's all phony baloney shit. From Make-A-Wish to LBGT, it's always something with this company where it's not even fucking genuine half the time. As I said, McMahon made fun of JR with the fucking Bell's palsy and shit. Fired the guy after his Bell's palsy attacks. So, this company and McMahon don't give a fucking shit about anybody. So it pisses me to fuck off when I see, we're pandering, we love children. Fuck. Honestly. This is a guy that he got pissed off and took titles off of people when they wanted to spend time with their family. He would actually get angry at them. This is when he wanted to make Vince Russo, work full-time on Raw and SmackDown. And he said that he needed certain days off to take care of his family. And then he tells them to get a fucking nanny. What kind of fucking bullshit is that? He also did that to another wrestler, too, where he wanted to spend time with his family and then he completely fucked them over. So we're talking about a guy that doesn't give a fuck about anybody. So I don't want to see, that was such a nice moment for children. And in the main event, we had Brock Lesnar defeating Roman Reigns, which surprised everybody. And this is going to be talked about for quite some time because there's a lot of controversy going on in this match. I enjoyed it. Brock hit Roman with 5 F5s. I think he pinned him on the 5th F5. He put him through the table at ringside. But then Brock, busted him open the hard way. And this was like I said, you have the State Athletic Commission, which is probably the strictest commission, the whole thing with the steroids there in New Orleans. So, Brock must have, this must have been a shoot. Fucking started punching him and busted him wide fucking open. And, I don't know what happened here. The amount of F5s was a bit odd to me. I didn't expect to see that many. Stone Cold hit The Rock with a bunch of Stone Cold Stunners at WrestleMania 17, but I believe it was 3. This was a lot. It didn't really bother me as much, but there was a very odd feeling during this match. And it was kind of hard to put my finger on it, but the way how Brock took his gloves off and busted him open, especially when we all know that you got that Athletics Commission down there, and they were instructed to be really careful. I know, that I think that was more for the indie events and the ROH events that were going on there in that state, but you know, this was pretty fucking brutal, and Reigns was bleeding pretty profusely. It was surprising. Like, I don't know what happened here. What, Reigns, I really thought the guy was going to take the title here. So it was interesting to see that we got Swerve, but it's really interesting to me, like, what happened here exactly? It seemed like things didn't go as planned somehow here, especially with the blood. It didn't seem like this. I mean, and why is it with, like, Brock Lesnar, he's always busting people open the hard way? There was a lot of controversy with Randy Orton, too, and now he did it again. So, I don't know what it is, but, Brock Lesnar is being labeled a draw and everything like that, but is he really a draw? Because they're not getting any new fans. They have this niche audience. I feel like Brock Lesnar, even if he wasn't there, and I like Brock Lesnar a lot, don't get me wrong, big fan of his, but these special privileges and everything, and the annoying schedule that he works, where he won't be on certain Raws and everything, this shit needs to fucking stop already. They're paying him too much money. The guy's breaking the rules all the time. I don't know what it is, what's going on exactly with Brock Lesnar. They re-signed the guy, and I bet he got a similar deal. All I'm saying is they're being a little bit too nice to Brock Lesnar. They need to start making him work more dates and everything. It's getting a bit ridiculous because he's not, you know what I'm saying? He's not that special like that. He is special, I will say that, but he ain't no Hulk Hogan. He ain't no Rock. He still ain't no Stone Cold. He still ain't that great. So, I don't know why they put all the eggs into his basket and they let him do whatever the fuck he wants, but I don't know, something happened here. It didn't look like it went as planned, is all I'm saying. I still enjoyed the match and everything, and it was pretty fucking brutal. You got Wade Keller calling it a disaster. No surprise there, because the guy wouldn't know quality if it bit him on the fucking ass. Well, there you go. There's your WrestleMania review. I thought it was okay. I was bored in a lot of parts. No skits, nothing funny, nothing entertaining. It felt very dry. This Mania felt very dry, and I don't know. I thought they could have done something different with the ending there to the Reigns-Brock match. Especially if they were going to pull all that shit with the blood and everything. Reigns should have, lost his temper of not winning the title. They could have had a bigger brawl with Brock to take it off, to take it off air on Mania. I don't know. I felt like they dropped the ball at the end, just having Lesnar lose. And, the thing is, I guess you could say, well, then at WrestleMania 2000, Triple H the heel won. So I don't understand why people think that that's a little bit weird, because we have had heels win at Mania many times. But I think that Rock still hit like a rock bottom on McMahon or something like that to close it out. Here they did absolutely nothing. It just kind of went off cold, and I thought that it was a bit odd. There you go, guys. Anyway, there's your WrestleMania review. I thought it was just okay. I will see you for the Raw review, guys. Until next time.